What's up BJJ fans, and of course the BJJ stands for Blind Judo Journey. I'm going to try and do a bit of a different style of video, more a Q&A. I'm going to answer some frequently asked questions I get in the dojo and at competitions. I might try and see how this video does, maybe put out some other content like this. If you do have any questions you want to ask, please make sure to drop me a comment so I can do that in the future. But the thing that I'm going to answer today is, as a low belt, as a low grade, someone who's new to judo, sort of your first year, what should you really be focusing on? Now, I'm gonna give some advice that lots of people are gonna love, and I'm gonna give some advice that a lot of beginners are gonna be like, that's really boring advice. But I'm not gonna tell you that you need to go and learn Ippon Seoi-nage, you need to go and learn a Uchigari, you need to go and learn a Jujigatami, okay? That's not what I'm gonna say. The thing that you should go and learn is whatever your coach is telling you should learn, okay? So speak to your coaches, look at what you're learning in class. I'm going to imagine that a lot of dojos, there'll be a theme to, like maybe there'll be a theme for the month or a theme for the sort of term if you're on like school or uni terms. We definitely have that here at Oxford. So listen to what your coach is teaching, okay? The important thing that what I'm trying to say is, if you're doing Ippon Seoi-nage, for example, on a session, at the end of that session when you do Randori, try and hit Ippon Seoi-nage. I'm never more happy than when I see someone who we've been doing Ippon Seoi-nage, and then in Randori, they manage to hit Ippon Seoi-nage. And even failing if they don't manage to hit it, they're still trying to attempt it, okay? Because that's how we learn. We learn by getting the information into our head and then reproducing it and trying to reproduce it. Even if you didn't manage to hit it that time, you learn what goes into hitting it and then how to improve it the next time. I still do this, even if I've been doing a session on a technique that I'm not a huge fan of, like Tai Otoshi, or I might still, if we've been doing a session on Tai Otoshi, I'm still going to try and hit it. I'm still going to give that a go, because that will improve me the most. If I go into a judo session and I go to the Randori section at the end and I forget everything that we've done that session and I just try and smash people with Tomoe-nage because I'm good at Tomoe-nage, completely useless. I learned nothing, no one learned anything. If I manage to throw someone with Tai Otoshi, when it's definitely not my main technique, well then I've managed to improve. Also, what I'm going to say about this, okay, there isn't you should be listening to your coaches and doing what your coaches say. That is definitely what you should be doing. But I'm also going to tell you, it's okay to watch like YouTube people like me, like Shintaro Higashi, like other people, IGF highlights. That's cool. If that gets you motivated to want to go and do judo, that's brilliant. But please do not take what you see. But please do not take what you see on these channels, on the IGF highlights, etc., and just go and throw it in your dojo and try and do it in your Randori sessions without having practiced it, without having spoken to who you're like coaching under, etc. Like, too many people go and see some crazy drop katakaguruma on the IGF circuit and they're a yellow belt, and they come into the dojo and they try and throw people with it, and it's so dangerous. And if it's not what your coach has been teaching you, not only is it dangerous, but it's also not going to fit in with the rest of your judo. So it's beneficial for your judo, your improvement, if you are constantly focusing on whatever your coach is throwing at you. So yes, you can listen to me. Yes, you can listen to Shintaro. Yes, you can go and watch the IGF highlights, etc. If that's what makes you entertained, what helps you, motivate you about judo, that's brilliant. But please, especially some of the more advanced stuff, don't just take that into your dojo unless your coach has explicitly been teaching that. Even if I see something new that I want to try, or want to have a think about a new concept that maybe I'm not as well practiced in, I will still set some time aside, speak to a coach, or possibly, like as I am now a coach, I can coach myself a little bit more, but I'll take time to go and think about this, practice with someone so I can practice it safely before I just try and throw it in Randori. So when you're doing your Randori, focus on whatever your coach is telling you. Throw Ippon Seoi-nage, throw Uchigari, whatever your coach has been showing you. Try it over and over again until you can do it, and that is the best way to improve. And it's also the best way to keep yourself safe and to stop there being an epidemic of Tai Otoshis going through the room. If you have any more questions for me, anything that you would like me to talk about, I can talk about anything from complete beginner judo to high-level international judo. We can see what my opinions are on that, and if they're right. This is definitely more of a one-take thing. I haven't scripted this the way I normally do. So please put those in the comments. Obviously, like, I also am blind, so if you have any questions about being blind, especially being blind in martial arts, I'm very happy to answer those. I do try and answer them in the comments, but as you read the comments, I'm not great at commenting. I tend to put a lot of spelling mistakes and grammatical mistakes, but please do send me those messages so I can hopefully make more content for all of you that you find entertaining. And if you want to follow me on my blind judo journey into international visually impaired judo, please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Soramade.